Hey guys, so a lot of you are asking about Amazon software tools, and this is something that I've spent a lot of time screwing around with, and there really is a million different softwares out there that do the same thing. Some of them are really expensive, some of them are garbage. So I'm just going to show you what I like to do with software in my Amazon business. The most important one that does the most things is Sellics. It has like a profit dashboard. You can track your keyword rankings, reviews. This also kind of acts like the Jungle Scout web app where you can search for Amazon listings with your own criteria, say like under a certain price or a certain BSR or something like that. And the inventory feature doesn't work so well right now. In fact, it doesn't work for me at all. But the PPC manager is good as well. Performance, again, is not working right now. So it's not a perfect tool, but it is one of the best out there, in my opinion. So what we're looking at here is where I spend most of my time in here. So this is for one particular product that I have, and it's just showing the sales trend over a specific period of time. So I can change this over like the last 14 days or whatever I want to see. I can change this to units or my margin, the PPC costs, and then I can see that in tandem with my keyword rankings, the keywords that I'm tracking here, and then also any price changes and also any notes that you've made. So down here, I've made notes for different changes that I made to the listing on certain dates. So on the 28th of February, I did on my AMS, I raised all the bids because it's not getting any traffic on the AMS campaign. And so I can see in real time the effect that that has had on the keywords that I'm tracking, the sales, or anything else that I want to see. Super, super handy for keeping things organized. And the next software that I use is Splitly, just a basic split testing software. You can split test your titles and your images to see which ones are going to perform best for you. And it gives you all these really nice metrics, kind of comparing one to the other. Usually takes about a week to 3 to sometimes even 4 weeks to go through one of these split tests. And obviously, you can do this stuff yourself if you set up a spreadsheet and you just kind of daily go back and forth and change it all. But this is much easier to just get Splitly to do it for you, and it would be pretty hard to get this much data by yourself in a spreadsheet. But I mean, even if one of these changes ends up being an extra 10 sales a month, then I mean, it pays for itself. You pay $50 a month for this subscription, and if you can get an extra $50 in profit from 10 sales a month, then it's automatically worth it, right? And then for the email sequences, I just switched to a program called Zonmaster. I used to use Feedback Genius, and that's a good program, but it was starting to get expensive for how many messages I'm sending out. And Zonmaster is both cheaper and it has some cool features that Feedback Genius does not have yet. The one that I like the most is the stop on review feature. And so, like, Feedback Genius has 2 or 3 of these options, but Zonmaster just really lets you hone in exactly when you want to stop sending messages to customers. So I like to put it on stop on review, stop if refunded, or stop on 3-star or under seller feedback. So none of the customers that do these things are going to get this message. Um, Especially important with refunds, because if you give a refund to a customer and then they receive another email like, hey, can you review our product? Then, I mean, I would be kind of mad and maybe I'd go leave a 1-star review. So I don't want to send to those people. Um, it also has some other cool features, like it has a dashboard where it shows you really nice metrics. You're only going to get that in Feedback Genius if you have one of the $80 a month or above plans. And you can go into your customer orders really easily in here. They have a few other features that still aren't quite ready, but Zonemaster is doing some exciting things, and I think it's the best option out there right now. And as far as keywords and actually copywriting and writing your own listings, Helium 10 is what I use. Absolutely the best stuff out there. I pretty much only use the free stuff now. I used to have a paid subscription to Helium 10. I actually canceled that a little while ago because I realized that the paid tools are actually not that good. The best tools are the free ones, like Frankenstein. Really great keyword processor. You can do stuff like move all the keywords into one per line, or move any duplicates, phrases, like lots of really good stuff. And one thing I like to do is remove all words starting with, and then I have saved in my OneNote, I have a big long list of words that will just automatically get deleted out of every single list of keywords that I put in here. Speeds it up a lot. You can sort by alphabetical, sort by length, the frequency that it shows up in there. Makes it super easy to do all this stuff. So this is the other free tool within Helium 10 that I like a lot. This one's called Scribbles. It's the listing optimizer tool. And what this does is it allows you to write the listing and write it within all the character limits. See how many words are in each part of your listing really easily, and remove any duplicates super, super easily. So to explain this, click on import listing. Let's import this awesome vibrator that we found. This is the one I wish to import. Yes, so you can see it'll automatically take in your title, description, bullet points, and everything like that. So let's say we just got a big thing of keywords. Dildo many times, just a bunch of words. And what this will do is it'll delete anything out of your backend keywords that is in here. So we have the word vibration in here. If we put that in there, it's going to take it out and put it in the use keywords. So you can just get a big list of backend keywords, dump them in here, and it's going to remove any duplicates that show up in your listing already. And then once you're done, you can just copy, Control A, copy this whole thing, put it into the keyword fields. This will limit it to whatever you have the keyword field set to here. I like to put it at 990 instead of 1000, and then you can click Get Result, copy, or export it as a TXT file. You can export it as a JSON, which is a spreadsheet file. Super, super easy, and makes it really easy to stay organized. So I really like Keyword Inspector's reverse ASIN function. Specifically, they're USA extensive. If you just get an ASIN from Amazon from one of your competitors and type it into here, then that will tell you what keywords that competitor is ranking for. Makes it really easy to find some keywords that maybe you didn't think of and just fill out your backend search terms. Another one that's really good is the reverse ASIN PPC, and that'll do the same thing, but with Amazon PPC. So any words that they are bidding for on PPC and actually showing up for is going to tell you those. So that's going to speed up your creation of PPC campaigns a lot. And specifically when I'm looking for that one, I'm looking for keywords that have been running for a long time, because if they're running that keyword for a long time, then they're probably making some money with it. So that's my basic filter when going with that one. So how you do this is you just go to Amazon and find their ASIN. Usually starts with B01 up in the search bar, or you can find it down here as ASIN. Copy and paste that, put it in the keyword inspector, put in as many as you want. I usually put in 3 or 4, and go submit. And then you just download it in a CSV file, and I usually just copy and paste that into Frankenstein so I can manipulate it and put it 1 word per line. I can see it a lot easier, do whatever I want with it, or remove all the words that I don't want. Makes that super, super easy. And then the last tool that I use with a lot of regularity is obviously Jungle Scout Chrome extension. If you're not using Jungle Scout Chrome extension, you probably should. There's a whole bunch more out there, like Scope from Seller Labs and Unicorn Smasher. In my opinion, those tools are absolute garbage, and they're going to give you about half the information that Jungle Scout does. Like, a lot of the time you open it up on a page and it just has information for only half the listings on there. And I just trust Jungle Scout Pro a lot more, just based on my own products and testing all those 3 tools out myself. Jungle Scout has had the best accuracy. Yes, it's not always perfectly accurate, but if you're going to use one of these tools for estimated sales, then use Jungle Scout Pro. Absolutely the best one. I don't really like their web app that much, so I wouldn't worry about that. I only use the Jungle Scout Pro Chrome extension. So those are my favorite Amazon tools right now, and this stuff is always changing, guys. So I'm always trying out new tools to see if there's some advantage that I can gain from it. Basically, if I can make more money off a tool than I'm paying for it on a monthly basis, then I'm down to pay for it. I mean, there's a lot of garbage ones out there too, so you have to be careful, but I'm always down to try new stuff. So this is probably going to be different a few months down the road. So to total all this stuff up, it's $50 a month for Sellics, $30 for Zonmaster, $50 for Splitly, $20 for Keyword Inspector, and the Helium 10 stuff I use is free. So that's $150 a month right there. And if you don't have the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, it is $100 a month, one-time fee. So for $150 a month and $100 one-time fee, you can get all of the software you really need to run your Amazon business.